Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with another part of What If Naruto was separated from his family. And guys, before continuing this part, today is going to be a double upload, and a new series will be uploaded today as well. And I wanted to ask you guys some question. Will it be okay if this month I continue the series like What If Naruto, A Mother's Love, and so on that I kind of postponed and didn't continue? Do you want me to complete or continue this series in this month as well? Comment down below as yes. I'm going to be pulling out a post as well in a community tab to know about your answers. So yeah, guys, please do so and tell me about it. And yeah, if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's continue our story. 2 days after the events of the previous part, Konoha Gakure. Life in Konoha was expected to go back to normal after the attack, but no, the village have started to get more problems little by little instead. At first, they were having trouble gaining income as most of their contractors have been pulled out. Only the fire capital was now left to support their finances. Second was medication and treatment for those who had needed or have been wounded during the attack, and those who were still sick. The Sandam Hokage was now feeling regretful, declining his student Tsunari's request for Konoha's medical improvement and advancing training. Now that his student was believed to have died during the attack on Uchiha Gakure, he now realized his village really did need the medical program. Third problem was all the villagers were low on morale. Even the shinobi on duty had become jumpy whenever they sensed movements. Worst of all, the civilian council had been pestering him ever since the day the epidemic has been ceased. They would constantly demand for a meeting and wanted their lost businesses compensated. But due to the economic problem the village was facing, Sarutobi could not just give away the money from Konoha's coffers to everyone who have lost valuables during the attack. The Shinobi Council thankfully did not bother him that much, but they were starting to. The clan heads were trying to find a solution to their clan's problem by not relying on their Hokages too much, but they were now having problems. The Inuzuka clan members' noses were still burning and burned due to the strong smell that attack as the epidemic produced. They were also experiencing slight ringing on their ears that made them dizzy. This was because of the lightning flash the unknown attackers did. While the Yuga clan members were starting to recover, those who had been near the flash were still half blind. The Aburame clan bugs were agitated, while the Yamanaka clan also got minor headaches. The Akamichi clan have asked for assistance just this morning for their food supplies were starting to get low. With no food to eat, they will be of no help when placed on duty as their bodies needed constant food. Only the Nara clan seemed to have no problem, or they were probably feeling too lazy to even bother at all. The Sandaime Hokage have also noted that Uchiha clan having some problems, although he still had no idea what it was about. He says that the clan tasked for the police force were hiding something from him. Konoha gates. At the gates, two gate guards were looking like they wanted to die. Needless to say, they were bored since they were always assigned on guard duty. It was early in the morning and only one of the two yawned lazily and spoke to his partner. Ugh, this is so boring. I wish something happens, he said as he yawned and sighed again. Oh, please, no. Don't say that, Kotetsu. The last time you asked for it, 10 hours later, the village got raided. I don't think I'd like that another raid. I'd rather do this guard duty than any other raid going on in my village, he said with a shudder. Oh man, you're right, Izumu. Sorry, he chuckled while he scratched his head and looked over the road past the huge gates and squinted his eyes, noticing something. Hey, wait, look. What is that? Kotetsu pointed out at the road. Oh crap, something's happening. Damn it, why do you have to whine earlier? Izumu said, now feeling a bit anxious as he also stared past the gates. He could see a figure slowly approaching but could not clearly see if as the figure looked like it was wearing a cloak. Oh shit, do we alert the Anbu? Wait. Let's continue watching it first. I'm sure the Anbu hidden would have also sensed this cloaked figure slowly arriving presence. Kotetsu said, although he stood up and had his hands on the hilt of his weapon and got into a stance. Izumu followed suit and threw out a kunai and also went into a stance. The Anbu watched from the hidden as the two guards stood up, moving into a defensive stance as they got alert. The two gate guards anxiously waited for the figure to approach. As it got nearer, they started to see an outline of a woman wearing a cloak. As the woman came into the view, they noticed that she was limping and her clothes were damaged and had blood spots on the whole, indicating wounded. Quickly, someone call a medic team. Izumu and Kotetsu both shouted as they Both rushed to help the woman. The wounded woman tripped and slowly fell. Thankfully, Izumo managed to catch her before she hit the ground. The two guards heard that she was breathing but was ragged. They almost jumped in fright when the woman screamed, "No, please don't! No more! Just take our items, please let us go." They realized that the woman was unaware that she was not in any kind of danger. She thought that she was still in whatever place she came from. "Hey miss, calm down, you're right. There's nothing that can harm me here," Ismu said as he gently shook the woman. "No, what?" The woman seemed to realize now that someone was gently shaking her. "Hey, it's all right. We're safe now," Kotetsu said. Where am I?" "You do not know?" The two guards asked intriguingly. "So you really was walking unconsciously here? Huh, anyway, you're at Konoha." "Konoha? You, you're a ninja village?" "Konoha with ninja, aren't you?" she asked nervously. "Well, yeah," both replied. The woman widened her eyes as she started to go struggle. "Please help us. We got ambushed. They started to kill off my family." "What? Who?" "Rogue Shinobi. Please help me. My family. No, no, no. They're dead. No, they're not dead. But they killed them. Please help me," she said as she started to sob. "Rogue Shinobi. I saw their headbands. Eva and Kuma, my family, and I were wanderers, and my father was the only one who knew about the shinobi arts. We tried to fight, but my father told me to flee before I got killed." "No, no, they're not dead," she screamed as she started to stand up. "We need to go back. We need to help them. We need to..." Her sentence was cut off as she finally lost consciousness. Kotetsu caught her and helped Izumo carry her to stretcher as the medics have finally arrived, along with the Hokage. "What happened?" the Hokage asked as the medic checked on the woman's pulse. The guard then told him what the woman told him. "Sir, her life is not in danger. She fainted due to emotional stress and physical stress from the combat. We're going to take her to the hospital now," the lead medic said as they carried the unconscious woman inside the village to get treated. "Rogue Eva and Kuma Shinobi, could it be?" The Hokage silently thought to himself as he blew on his pipe. "You two, I want a detailed report about this incident after your shift. Now go back to your post." "Hi," the two said as they went back to their boring post. 3 hours later, Konoha Hospital. The woman slowly regained consciousness, opened her eyes, finding herself in the quiet room. She heard a beeping sound and realized she was in a hospital. "So you're finally awake," a voice said. A woman looked up and saw nurse wearing round glasses, holding a clipboard. "Rogue Eva and Kuma Shinobi, huh? Well, well, well. Who wouldn't have believed your story? You sounded very convincing. Oh well, I guess great acting really runs in your family." "Uncle Nei-chan," the woman panicked and slightly berated herself for being caught too easily. She was not freaking out but did not show it. She started to stare at the nurse and calmly spoke. "I do not know what you are talking about. Drop the act. We're the only ones here. You do not have to worry about people knowing about your identity. Your secret is safe with me. Who are you?" "What? You don't recognize me? I'm hurt." Anko stared at the man closely, and memories of a boy with round glasses flashed in her mind. "Kabuto. Ototo? Nei-chan, I'm glad you still know me. I missed you," Kabuto said as he hugged the woman, who now turned out to be his elder sister. "I miss you too, Kabuto-kun. I'm sure I didn't recognize you any sooner. I'm sorry about that," Anko said as she returned the hug. It's alright. So what brings you here?" "Toho-chan asked me to join Konoha forces and spy for him." "Toho-chan? How is he? Where is he now?" "I got loads of things to tell him. We haven't heard about you two for ages." "Well, ever since he defected from this village, he's been hiding in places. We never stayed in a place for more than 3 days. We were constantly on the move." "I see. Well, the next time you report to him, tell him that Ka-chan and I need to talk to him personally. We get some messages to relay to him." "Why don't you tell me?" "Sorry, it is a double S class rank secret. It's not that I trust you, but I'm just being careful." "I see. So how's Ka-chan doing?" "She's fine. She's also one of the head medics here. You'll meet her later. Anyway, I have to go. I stayed here for too long." "Alright, I'll see you when I get released," Anko said as she went back to her bed. "Yeah, see you later then," Kabuto said as he exited the room. "Finally, I'm home," Anko thought as she went to sleep. Hyuga compound. The whole family, both main and branch family, have gathered to the Hyuga clan's arena to watch the match between the heiress and her cousin, who was from the branch family. Everyone knew what will happen if the heiress loses. While the branch family hated the main house, they felt sorry for Hinata as they knew she was different from the main family and have already expressed her intention of removing the cage bird seal from the branch family members and finally combining both houses into one again as a whole. The person who was going to be her opponent, on the other hand, felt different. Neji hated Hinata and blamed her for the death of her father 2 years ago. She almost got kidnapped by Kumo Shinobi but saved by the Shinobi. The Raikage demanded compensation for his dead shinobi's lives, and the Yuga clan offered Hizashi's to be placed with there instead. Hizashi was then brought to Kumo, only to be killed and his body and eyes to be examined. Neji was then left an orphan. The Yuga clan members took their seats and waited for the match to start as the two combatants got into a gentle distance. Hajime, a Yuga referee shouted as the jumped back to the seat. The two did not move and waited for the other to make a first move. You cannot win. Fate has decided that I should win. In the end, you will be branded with the cage bird seal, like us. Your path is to walk the road of the branch members. Naji said coldly. No, I cannot lose to you. I'm going to win. And once I become here, I will abolish that seal. For once and for all. Nada started nervously, although her declaration made most of the branch members feel happy for her. It is my destiny to win. You will become a servant. Now prepare to lose, Naji shouted as he dashed at Hinata. He sent a roundhouse kick that connected to the girl's jaw, sending her flying to the wall. Neji did not relent and immediately went after her to perform another hit. Hinata quickly recovered and was about to block a punch that was sent to her face. Her opponent attempted another hit, sending her a knee kick. Once again, she was able to block it and counterattack it by performing a strong palm strike to her opponent's chest, sending him crashing away. He got lucky, but your luck will run out now. I am to win by faith, the boy said as he again stood up and got into a stance. Both fighters ran to each other with the intent to maim. Hinata was getting fed up with his cousin's fate crap, while Neji's ego was damaged as he got hit by someone who he called a weakling. Both threw out deadly strikes. The sound of punches, jabs, kicks, and slaps were heard throughout the arena. Neji was about to make most of his attacks hit his opponent, while Hinata was having trouble keeping up with him. After about 3 minutes of close fighting, both fighters disengaged and watched each other. Neji now had a few bruises on his body face, while his chest felt like getting squeezed as he got hit by a palm strike for more than 10 times. Hinata, on the other hand, was bleeding. Her eyes was swollen, while the other had a cut. She had more bruises, and her bruises were bigger. Her body felt sore. Neji could hear Hinata's tired breath and decided to end the match. Once again, he charged while his opponent got into the main house fighting stand. He simply smirked as he knew what she was going to do, and he already had a counter for the move. He approached the heiress, and with a flying kick, Hinata shifted her foot and caught it. She immediately used her fingers to close Neji's tenkatsu point on the leg. The infuriated the boy and made him attack even more viciously as he failed to counterattack the move that closed his leg tenkatsu point. He used his other foot for a knee kick and was able to hit the girl in the stomach, making her double in pain and cough out some blood. He took a step back and got into a main house fighting stand. You are within my field of divination, Najib proclaimed. Everyone was gasping in the arena. Impossible! He's bluffing. He couldn't possibly know the technique. How did he learn that technique? He's a branch member. How? Many thoughts to themselves as they watched in anticipation. Hakurikojin Sho. Gentle fist art. 8 trigrams, 64 palms. Neji shouted out as he began striking Hinata, closing all her tenkatsu points. Ni, Sho, Yon Sho, Hachi Sho, Jurko Sho, Sanjuno Sho, Ryokujun Sho. He set last of his attacks, hit Hinata square in chest, sending her crashing to the wall and making her cough out huge amount of blood. Most of the clan, especially from the main house, were in disbelief of Neji being able to perform the Hakaryojukun show, as it was only taught by the main house members. One of the elders who defended Hinata during the meeting was the first one to recover and jump down to the arena as she saw Neji charging at Hinata with a killing blow. The elder was about to interfere between the two and seal off the boy's arms and legs. Tenkatsu point. That's enough, Neji. You have already won. There is no need to kill the heiress. The elder said sternly. She's not the heiress anymore, Neji said coldly as he started to walk away. You got lucky today, Hinata. Fate has decided for us to live. But do not worry, I'm going to kill you in another time. Father, forgive me for not being able to do it. I will wait for time. Our paths cross again. Only fate knows when. When the time comes, I will make sure to kill her. And then You will be avenged, father. The elders watched the boy exit the arena and then looked at Hinata sadly and carefully detached her from the walls. I'm so sorry, Hinata-chan. She told the girl as she waited for the medics to arrive. In the stands, the spectators were starting to recover from the shock. They just witnessed a branch member beat down a main member, and exclusively Harris, using one of the main member's techniques. Whoa, that was unexpected, said a branch member. I should have known, said another one. Of course, the main family is right. She's a weakling, commented by another one. Who were we kidding? She just got up her hopes up, but in the end, she still lost. We'll never be freed from this curse, see? Not when the Harris is such a weakling. Yeah, most of the branch members were thinking and saying the same things. There were only less than 5 branch members who were still grateful to Hinata even if she lost. Soon the crowd got into an uproar. Boo, weakling, welcome to the branch family. The elders and Hinata listened sadly, while the former glared at the clan. You ungrateful bastards, the elder hissed. Thankfully the medics arrived and took the former heirs to the hospital to be given a medical attention to get away from the clan members who were now hostile against her. I'm so sorry, Obachan. I failed. Hinata whispered weakly as she started to sob. It's alright, Hinata-chan. Do not worry. Everything's going to be fine. She tried to calm the girl down as she was taken away by the medics. Uzushio Gakure, Uzukage's private training ground. Kaboom! Explosion could be heard from the Uzukage's mansion. When the people heard it from the first time, a lot of storms quickly gathered to inspect the area. They thought something bad happened, but only found the lost Maelstrom training. They were now starting to get used to the explosions. During the last few days, Konan, Nagato, and Yahiko had training Naruto hard so that he could master a few techniques before they left for their mission to Amekakure. On the last day of their training, Naruto had finally mastered Konan's paper manipulation. He could now create and fold dozens of origamis using only chakra and sending them flying into a target. Yahiko taught him the substitution jutsu and transformation jutsu. Naruto could now substitute himself to anything that was within his 10-meter radius. He is still training so that he could perform the substitution with other objects farther than 10 meters. Surprisingly, Naruto was able to perfect the Henji 2 hours after Yahiko showed it to him. Nagato taught him a few basic sealing techniques. He taught Naruto how to make storage seals and weighing seals to be used for training. Nagato was surprised when Naruto showed him an exploding seal. He had no idea how the boy learned about it. He later figured out that the Naruto learned to do it himself from reading the books he got from the bookstore owner Nami. Nagato silently prayed to the gods that the Uzukage won't kill him because Naruto now knew about explosive seals. Even though the knowledge Naruto has about it were basics, it was still dangerous that he could get himself blown up should he make a mistake while drawing the seal. On their last days to Uzushio, Naruto asked his 3 senses to watch him perform the technique they taught him. The boy was so excited to show them something new he learned by himself. The 3 watched in distance as Naruto showed them his new technique. They were very proud of him when he was able to show them everything they taught him and perform those techniques perfectly. Look, I got this idea when I learned the exploding seal, Naruto shouted excitedly. Naruto then took out a dozen of explosive tags. Then using his chakra, he performed the tag into origami. He made 11 cranes and 1 huge fox. Next, he set them off, flying to a target. Behold, this is my art. You see these origamis? I'll show them to my enemies in the battlefield. They will be art with my heart. When the cranes reached their target, Naruto trailed off as he made a signal head sign. Katsu! 11 consecutive booms were heard as the cranes reached their dummy targets and exploded. They explode! Naruto cheered happily. But wait, there's more, he said as the huge paper fox appeared the target. Katsu! Kaboom! Art is an explosion, Naruto said happily. Meanwhile, his 3 senses watched in awe. I'm so proud, Nagato said and trailed off, scared of him at the same time. Yahiko finished. Yeah, Nagato said, and Yahiko agreed. They looked at their female friend, who had stars in her eyes and had a blush on her face. Konan, are you alright? Beautiful. So beautiful. His art, she murmured. I never knew someone would be so ingenious as him. Konan, why are you shaking? And you're breathing heavily. I just had an orgasm, Konan said as she stared dreamily at Naruto. Note to self, Konan loves explosion. Learn origami. Yahiko thought as he grinned. Nagato noticed his friend's perverted look as he looked at it. He also made a mental note. Yahiko's planning something. Stay away from him until he mastered exploding origami. Noted. Somewhere, I sense a disturbance. A great one in the force. A blond teenage boy said as he sniffed the wind around him. The chorus of explosions has spoken. I must find this kid and teach him the arts. Finally, someone who appreciates art. The blonde said as he made small clay birds and sent them flying to a tree. Explode. Art is an explosion, he said as he cackled madly and created a giant clay bird. He stood on top of it as the bird took off. Apprentice, wait for me. I'm going to find you. Uzukake's office. Uzukage-sama, a voice hidden in the shadows spoke. Report, the woman inquired as he looked up from her desk. Hi, our spies in Iwagakure saw the Tsuchikage's granddaughter and another accomplice leaving the village. They followed the two and found them headed towards Konoha. I see. So they have fallen to the bait. It's only two things. They will either try to kidnap Naruto and add him to their forces, turning him against the Leaf and also gaining his dormant bloodline, or those two were sent to assassinate him in revenge to Minato for killing an entire army of their shinobi. Anything else? The Yuga clan have decided to pit their hairs against a branch member who is believed to be a prodigy. Said girl lost her title as heiress will be taken away from her and she will be branded with the cage seal, making her little sister the rightful heiress. The current clan head believes that the daughter is a weakling and will lose against the branch member. He also already unofficially declared the younger sister the heiress. Tell Hikari to take care of the younger girl. She will know what to do. Hi. There's more. Our spies in Kumogakure have spotted four of the Raikage's highest-ranking shinobi leaving the village. Our spies tell that they are headed straight towards Konoha as well. Our spies tailed them and found them headed to Konoha as well. We believe that they will try to attempt kidnapping the Yuga heiress. That's good. It's all good. Everything is going according to plan so far. Make sure that the Eva and Kuma shinobi get caught or spotted by Konoha snooping inside their village. The Leaf already suspects both villages for attacking them a week ago, thanks to those specific jutsus our raiding teams used. Should Konoha catch those Kumo and Eva shinobi in their territory, the Leaf's suspicions will grow stronger and they will most likely become hostile towards the both villages, accusing them for attacking during the time of peace. Also, the Raikage and the Tsuchikage will no doubt deny those accusations and will definitely be hostile to Konoha as well for being suspected at. Make sure that my orders regarding this issue reaches our spies in Konoha before the Eva and Kumo shinobi arrives, which means before this afternoon. The Uzukage said as she handed the spy a folder. Understood, Uzukake-sama. Before I leave, there's one last thing. Earlier this morning, Konoha admitted a woman to their hospital. Our spies in Konoha were not fooled and believed that the woman is also a spy trying to get to join Konoha ranks. Nono asked to talk to me specifically and told me her concerns. She believed that the woman was sent by Orochimaru. She told me to ask you for orders regarding the woman. Orochimaru can wait. We are in an important situation at the moment. Tell her to keep an eye out for the snake spy for now. Hi. I'll take my leave, Uzukage-sama. Thank you for the report. I'll hear from you again, she said as she returned her attention to the desk. Konohagakure border late afternoon time. Finally, we're here, Akatsuchi panted. The two had been traveling almost non-stop ever since they left the village. They only stopped for water breaks and snacks. Yeah, let's get some rest and wait until evening. It will be too risky to enter in broad daylight, Kurtsuchi replied. But we need to know where the kid is. No problem, we can send mud clones ahead. Of course, why didn't I think of that? You're a genius. I have to be smart if I'm marrying this cutie Naruto, right? Oh yeah, whatever. I thought you were not a fangirl. Hey, I'm not. He's the first guy I ever found on. Oh, shush. Our style. Mud clone. Our style. Mud clone. The two clones materialized from each of the two. You should know what to do, right? Kurtsuchi said as the clones nodded and left, while her partner started to make camps. 7 hours later, with Hinata and Neji's match, Hinata woke up feeling like her whole world was spinning. She looked at her surroundings and noticed that she was in a hospital. She tried to sit up, but she felt nauseous. Hinata-sama, you're awake. Here, drink this. It will take away your dizziness. As Hinata finished her drink, memories flooded back and she started to cry. Father was right. I'm such a weakling. I lost, the girl said as she bawled her eyes. Shh. Hinata-sama, you are going to be alright. Please do not cry, the nurse said. Just then, they heard voices on the opposite of the door. You can't do this, a familiar voice said. No. She lost. She will now be branded with a cage sealed. The cold voice of the clan head said, at least give her some rest. It can't wait tomorrow. No. I know what your plans are. You want to delay her branding and make an appeal to the Hokage. But since I'm the clan head, I will do what I want. Remember that, Elder Hikari. You may be my dead wife's older sister, but I am still Hinata's father. I have the power to order what happens to her, and my will is to get her banned with a seal. The door flew open, with Hikari kicking it, and Hikari followed after him. The clan head as he strode into the nurse. I want her released now. We'll bring her to the compound. Of course, Hiyashi-sama. Her condition is okay now. The nurse nervously said as she fussed over her patient. You may now go, Hinata-sama. Just try not to move too much for a day, or your body will suffer pain. Your chakra points are still raw and still needs rest. Hi, thank you, nurse-san. Hinata said as she stood up from her bed. She nearly fell down, but a pair of warm arms catch her. Hikari Oba-chan. It's alright, Hinata-chan. Let me help you. 1 hour later, your clan combat. The whole clan once again gathered around the private area, but this time instead of watching a fight, they will witness for the first time someone from the main family, the heiress to be exact, get branded with a cage person. Yuga Hinata, Yashi calls. You are deemed unworthy of the next Yuga clan head. You do not have the qualities of an heiress. You are weakling. You are too soft. Your Byakugan is weak and does not look like the Byakugan at all. Lastly, you are defeated by a mere branch member. Therefore, I, Yashi Yuga, the clan head, will brand you the cage bird seal as your punishment. He said as two branch members stepped forward and held Hinata's both hands. Yashi made a series of hand seals and pressed his palm on the crying girl. Hinata screamed in pain as she felt her head like it was going to explode. There was a green axe glowing and she felt her forehead like it was on fire. Soon the pain died down. Hinata was now branded with a cage person. Take her away, Yashi ordered the two branch members. As Hinata got dragged away unconscious, the clan had called for Hanabi. As the girl stepped forward, he ordered the crowd to stand up. Yuga Hanabi, as the previous heir was deemed unworthy, you are now the new heirs of Yuga. You shall accept this responsibility and do everything I will tell you to become the perfect head of the clan. I accept. I will become the new Yuga heirs and will do everything I can to become the perfect clan head in the future. Hanabi said confidently. In the inside, she was actually nervous and did not want the title. She saw how the clan head and the elders tortured her sister, Hinata, during their trainings when she was still heiress. Her aunt, Hikari, talked to her earlier and gave her some confidence boost. Very well, stand up and take this responsibility. Yashi ordered. Hanabi stood up and then the crowd applauded for the new heiress. Outside the arena. Where are they? A voice whispered. I don't know. Someone replied. Shh, everyone's coming. Another one said. The voices hidden in the shadows watched as the two Yuga Chunins entered the villa carrying an unconscious girl. They watched as the two turned to another corridor. That's the heiress, the voice said. Taicho, orders. K, L, stay here and take watch. M, with me. The captain and the M followed the corridor. When the heiress was brought, they searched each room and found the three Yugas on their fifth room. The Koma Shinobi silently crept up to the two and silently slit their throats. The captain took out a sealing scroll and from it sack appeared. With M helped, they stuffed the unconscious girl inside the sack, not noticing her forehead. Let's go. They returned to the area where they left K and L. That was easy. Let's get the hell out of here. Outside the Yuga command, unknown to the four Koma Shinobi, they were being watched. They have the girl. They're heading outside. An Uchiha spy spoke to the radio. Send up the flare when they get near the Uchiha compound gates. The Konoha patrol must be notified. The Iwa pair are also on the move. Good. The mob will form as soon as they will see the boy. Uchiha compound. Sasuke just finished training and ran back to his house from training grounds. When he got inside, he found his mother nowhere to welcome him. He silently looked around the house and went upstairs. He decided to go to his room to have his clothes changed. As he walked past his parents' room, he saw its voice. Sasuke does not possess the fire of the Uchiha clan. He is too kind and concerned of others, and Uchiha must always keep to himself. The voice of father said, I know, Sasuke is such a weakling. I'm tired of looking after him. He's such a crybaby compared to Sasame. He is nothing. He might as well be banished from the clan and left for the orphanage. I do not want him, Mikoto said. Upon hearing these words, Sasuke's heart broke. You too, mother? He thought as his eyes got blurry. He silently went downstairs as tears went flowing from his eyes. He ran outside the house, outside the compound. He did not notice his surroundings and bumped into someone. Outside the Uchiha clan. That's them. Send the flare, a voice in the shadows called. Quickly, let's go. The captain kidnapper said as he carried the bag, where the unconscious Hinata was stuffed in. They were now in the front of Uchiha compound. As they ran, Kei bumped into someone. Oof! Kei nearly stumbled and looked at what hit her. She glared at it and noticed it was a boy, looking same as the girl they were kidnapping. She noticed that he was wearing a shirt with the Uchiha crest on it. It's an Uchiha. Sasuke still haven't noticed that he was in danger. He was too heartbroken to case. Well, well, well. What do we have here? This must be a lucky day indeed, the captain said. M, we are taking the boy as well. M knocked the boy unconscious as M took out another sack. K helped her teammate stuff the unconscious boy inside. This will be great. We got the Yuga here, plus a bonus we got an Uchiha. Raikage-sama will be pleased. K muttered. Hurry up. The Yuga might have found the dead bodies by now. As if cued, they heard the alarms ring the Yuga compound. Oh shit, let's go! Eva pair camp. Same time when the Kuma shinobi were still inside the Yuga compound. The Eva pair will go inside the village in about 2 minutes. They are now demolishing their camp. A voice in the shadow said, Good, prepare the lure. Kurotsuchi and Akatsuchi took down their camp and headed towards the village. As they got inside the village, they immediately hid in the shadows and watched as they saw a mob carrying torches, pitchforks, kunais, and katanas. Die, demon brat! They screamed as they chased a blonde-haired boy. No, please, have mercy! Why? Would we take mercy on a demon? You killed our family members. In return, you must die. The leader of the mob screamed as they pounced on the boy. The Eva pair voiced in horror as they started to beat the poor boy. Fuck, we need to help him. Kurotsuchi screamed as she jumped out of the hiding spot, not wanting her partner's answer. She made a series of hand seals and slammed the earth. Earth style, earth dome, she said as a circular dome erupted around the boys and covered him from the attackers. Doton, Kaido Shokatsu, earth style, erupt. The ground where the mob shook and caused them to tremble and fall. A small hill erupted from where they stood, making them fly down. Kurotsuchi jumped to his partner's side, and the two of them made 3 earth clones, and the mob reformed and charged at them. They are the demon saviors, kill them! Earth style, earth spikes, both original and clones said. New spikes erupted from the ground and skewered the mob. Those who survived the attack were killed by the clones via decapitation. Hey, serves you right for attacking a defenseless child. Enjoy you stay in hell, fuckers, Kurotsuchi said as she entered the earth dome and revealed an unconscious Naruto. Oh, I'm sorry. Let them attack you, don't worry. You'll be safe in Eva, she said as she carried the boy. Let me carry him. You're the offensive type. I'm more of a defensive type. If we get chased, it will be easier for the two of us and safer for the boy, Katsuchi offered. You're right, she agreed, as she gently passed the boy to her partner. Let's go. The faster and the safest way is around the Uchiha compound. What the heck? A new voice said. The Eva pair looked at the source of the voice and found another mob. Hey look, that's the demon brat. They are the ones who did this. The leader of the second mob pointing to the dead bodies. After them! Outside the Uchiha compound. Present time. Oh shit, let's go! The captain shouted and M lifted the young Uchiha sack. They were about to run when they heard a rustle from the bushes. Then out came the 2 Eva shinobis carrying an unconscious boy. About 10 seconds later, more footsteps were heard. There, that's them! They have the demon brat, the mob said as he pointed at the Kuma and the Eva shinobi. Soon they were surrounded by the mob. Civilians to the rescue, eh? The Kuma's captain called. We have found them. They are near the Uchiha compound gates. A new voice called. All kidnappers turned and saw 2 chunins with white eyes. What the? One of the Yuga momentarily stopped as he recognized who were inside the bag and who the Eva Konechi was carrying. That's Hinata-sama and Fugaku-sama's son, Sasuke, inside the bags. And that also got the demon brat. The other Yuga yelled. Listen, Kurotsuchi, calling the attention of the Kuma. I do not know who you guys are exactly, but I can tell you from Kumo. From what I can see, we are both kidnappers here. In a few minutes, we will have whole Konoha after our asses. As much as I hate to say this, but we are going to need each other's help in order to fulfill our missions. We can help each other out until we get to a safe destination from our leave. After that, we go our separate ways. No bullshit, no backstabbing. Deal? I'd really hate to admit it too, but yeah, we could really use some help. So yeah, deal is a deal. Now let's get the fuck out of here, the Kumo captain said. The Eva pair nodded and left with the Kuma team. With a couple of Doton and Right on jutsus, they easily killed the mob that surrounded them, as they were only civilians. They were gone for good 3 minutes before a dozen of squads of Anbu, Uchihas, and Yugas arrived. Bloody hell. These people are civilians, one of the Uchihas said. Please, help me. All of them turned and saw a civilian who was barely breathing. It was the leader of the second mob. He had multiple bone fractures and his heart was inbuilt. They took the Yuga hairs, Fugaku-sama and the blonde kid, Kakami-sama. Please forgive me, the civilian whispered as his soul left the body before he died. He realized his mistake and finally figured out that the blonde boy whom they had hated and tried to murder was actually a human and the cube container, not the Kyuubi no Yoko himself. That was quick, the Yuga said as they found the kidnappers with their Byakugan. They motioned for the others to follow and jumped to the bushes leading to the forest. Hokage's office. Hokage-sama. Jonin entered the office without knocking on the door. He was panting and kneeling. The demon brat, the Yuga heirs, and Fugaku-sama's son was kidnapped. Dozens of dead bodies were found near the market district and the Uchiha compounds. All of them were civilians. The Yuga clan have also reported two dead Chunins whose throats were slit. The kidnappers have escaped throughout the forest from the Uchiha compound. A dozen squad are currently chasing them. Thank you. You may leave now. The Hokage said as he pointed at his crystal ball, indicating he already knew a part of the news. Hi. The Jonin bowed and left the office, closing the door. Saratobi stood up from his seat and held his pipe. He faced his window and looked at his village, and he exhaled smoke. Iwagakure and Kumakakure. Is this a coincidence, or they are the ones responsible for this raid? Oniki. Hey, what are you two up to? The professor mumbled as he blew another smoke from his pipe. As this is where I'm going to be ending this part of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, as this is Apollo Chia and I'm signing out. And stay tuned for the new series part as well.